Kris Krohn here, the relationship therapist, talking to you ladies hating on your men for their stupid, harebrained real estate investing, right? Now, seriously, it could be men hating on their women or women hating on their men, but dude, here's the bottom line. Opposites attract. And there's a reason why we do this. We, in and of ourselves, we lack things that we can gain in a strategic alliance. Not from people that are like us, but people who are what? People who are different from us. So men and women, ladies and gentlemen, this whole video is dedicated towards helping you get on the same page by first understanding the human condition as it relates to money. So come into my office. Let's talk about you two. Listen. See that board right there? On the left, it says security, eventual failure. You see that? On the right side, you got freedom, which says risk of failure. Security and freedom. In almost every relationship, one of us represents security and one of us represents freedom. Stereotypically, listen, this might not be politically correct, so don't nail me on the board, but women tend to be more about security and men more about freedom. And I want to talk about how we got here in the first place. Men and women are two very different creatures, and you can totally have the reverse swap, but you take the masculine, you take the feminine, and even though the world has changed so much, in today's world, men still have so much of this expectation to be the breadwinner for their families. And so often, if women are bearing children or they're home watching their kids, the men, their job is to go and collect a paycheck. And the women want security. They want to know, can we pay the bills? Can we put food on the table? You know, can we cover our basic needs? Man, on the other hand, he out there working his job, and if he's like most men, he's hating his job at least 87% of the time. 87% of us do not like what we do. So as he sits there doing a job he hates for collecting a check, he's thinking what all day? Man, I wish that I had what my wife had or my spouse. I wish I could stay home and be a full-time dad or stay with the kids, or I wish I had more freedom, or I wish I had a different, or why the freak do I need to be the one that has a job that I don't even want to have a job with, and rah, 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 right? So men and women, we've got these two very different roles, and here's what happens. This one, it's dynamite. You get the one that wants security, who basically hears the other spouse, man or woman, basically says, I want some freedom. I don't like working my job 50, 60 hours a week. But that could risk our future, and we could lose everything. We shouldn't start that harebrained business. It's an MLM, and I have lots of friends that have made a lot of money in it. And this banter goes back and forth, and for the first time, this spouse wants to be supportive of this spouse. So this spouse invests the money, goes out there and does whatever business or real estate or thing they're ever going to do. And you know what? There's a really high chance they fall right on their schnoz. They basically muddy it up, right? I mean, they fail outright. What happens in this relationship when Mr. or Mrs. Freedom says, I need to do something to create more freedom, and it doesn't work out? Mr. or Mrs. Security amplifies and says, dude, that is not... That I gave you your shot, it didn't work out, we lost that money, think of the time we put into it, and now we start this bickering cycle. A couple years go by, and Mr. Freedom finally gets enough courage. Courage. How does the Cowardly Lion say it? Courage. I can't do the Cowardly Lion. But he gets courage again to say, I found a new opportunity, let's go for it, and Miss Security says, and all sorts of expletive words come out. And basically, there's this clash that goes on back and forth. Let's just pause. If you're watching this video and you're watching this together, you're with your sweetheart and you're thinking, this is probably a good video for us to watch, I want to share something with you. It would be terrifying if both of you represented security, and it would be terrifying if both of you represented freedom. And if you got one of each, let me share with you how you can use that to a positive good. Here's what I understand. When both parties represent security, those people are really good savers, but they never have fun. They never really do anything. They never splurge or spend their money. They don't live. And what ends up happening is that when they get to retirement, they don't have enough anyway. So they got like barnacles growing all over their body, and they're kind of like barnacle or cucumber or what am I trying to say? They're like kind of crotchety, like nasty human beings. Now give me the couple that both represent freedom. Dude, they've lost their money so many times. They've been beaten up. They're probably divorced. Like seriously, they can't stop each other. It's not good. So the healthiest combination is to have a spouse that doesn't support you initially. And I know it sounds a little bit weird at first, but now I want to speak to both of you. Let's assume that you're in a relationship with Mrs. Security and Mr. Freedom. Let me speak first to Mrs. Security. You're not going to like hearing this, but you need to hear it. If you only represent security, you will fail. It is an eventuality. It has to happen. It is inevitable that you will fail, because security is all about security when? Today. So I get it. It's important. It's important to have a spouse that can competently help bring resources to put food on the table and to help make sure that you guys can take care of each other and take care of your bills and your basic needs. I understand that's important. But if that's the only thing that is ever important to you, you will get to a point where you don't have a tomorrow. And I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly. Mr. Freedom, I want you to understand something. There is over here, Mrs. Security, Mr. Freedom, there is risk of failure. Things can go really bad. They're not going to turn out well every time. In fact, many of these things is going to be failure after failure. And this has a shot of freedom, and this has no shot at freedom, which means what you really need is each other's strengths, which starts from being supportive to each other. If you got a spouse watching this and you guys kind of like do a little bit of this headbutting because you had some bad experiences and there's some mistrust, dude, I totally get it. I've been there myself personally. I want to tell you though, the only way you have a shot of making it is if you start communicating again and you start finding a way to support each other. There's a balance. You can have the security today and then with careful planning work on freedom tomorrow. You need both. And if you can't find a way to get on the same page, you're screwed. Trust me, Mrs. Security, you do not want to win this battle. It just feels like you want to win it right now. But if you constantly, day in, day out, win this battle, you will lose the war. You're only going to win your battles. And someday it's going to suck for you really, really bad. And I'm telling you right now, Mr. Freedom needs to be tempered. He shouldn't go in after every opportunity. He needs your critical, skeptical mind to take a look. Now, men and women, whatever roles you're playing, I want you to try to get the heart of the message of why I'm making this video. I can't tell you how many countless couples I've sat down with in my office trying to help heal the relationship from he tried this business, it didn't work out, and then she spent this money and it didn't work out, and all we do now is have anger and hate towards each other and malice. You can't move forward but on that, and you got to move forward. So you got to find a way to, one, forgive each other. Let go of the past. Stop keeping score. Stop going back there. It doesn't work. And number two, if you really want to help your spouse succeed, then not just support them, but help them be smart. Let me share with you the smartest thing. If you're hating on your spouse's incessant, won't stop talking about real estate, then get them a mentor. Get him someone that can give him the best shot of success. Give him books, encourage him to read, encourage him to study, encourage him to learn. That's going to make the difference. In my life, my wife was so scared to trust me, but I had a mentor. And that mentor brought a lot of comfort to her. And then when we went on to do our first successful house and then our second, I'll never forget the day that my wife came to me. And because we were now climbing out of debt because of these 2 homes, I remember when she said, Kris, we should buy more. When are you getting the 3rd one? Yes! It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. So I want you to understand, security is important. This is to temper the freedom. The freedom's important, and it's to make sure that security doesn't screw us. We need to work as a team. We need to help each other. So listen up, Mrs. Security and Mr. Freedom. You guys need to find a way to come together and work it out and be a team. Because if you're not going to be a team and if you're not going to support each other, you're screwed. You're not going to make it. Find a way to forgive your past hurts. Find a way to forgive. It's not always the other spouse's fault. They may have done their best, but guess what? They're stupid at this. They're brand new. They don't know what they're doing. So give them a little bit of leash, and next time why don't you jump in, support them and help them. Because I know this, security can help freedom be so much more powerful. And security without freedom is doomed. So guys, get on the same page. Now, if you need a mentor, if you need someone to walk you through it, if you need someone that can actually help you, I'm going to tell you right now, that's one of the things that I do. I have a small handful of people. I've done over 3,000 deals. I've had thousands of people attend my conventions. I've written 3 books. I'm a best-selling author. I'm working on my next $100 million in real estate investment. I've been around the rodeo so many times that I know exactly what's up, what's down, what'll work, won't work, and how it's going to go long term. I'm not omniscient. I can't see it all, but I got a track record, and that track record is what I give my students when I help them succeed. So if you're looking for someone to take you by the hand and let you be more intelligent as you walk this walk, then click the link in the description below and get some professional help. That professional help in the investment world is just as important as having a therapist when two people can't communicate very well. Listen, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was really helpful for you. It's all designed in the spirit of helping you move forward when someone you love might be holding you back. And there's a reason of how you two can work together to help each other. I hope that happens moving forward. Subscribe. See you on the next video.